swear this happens every time I do a live. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. The clock is ticking. It's already what 7:20 or something. I don't know. But this had to be done, and I think this is something that y'all would be interested in learning. So instead of me just doing this anyway and not rolling the cameras, y'all already know I got so much stuff to export that I gotta move files before I can even export to upload. So, we do have more videos coming next week, but I figured a little tutorial in the middle on a Saturday night would be fine. I don't like how it feels very in my face, but that's neither here nor there. You girl gotta have a self-love day. So that's tomorrow. That won't be recorded though, so just imagine that I did that one for y'all, and we'll do a get ready with me one day. Um, but yeah, as the title said, what we're about to do is we are about to fix this old sketchbook. This is from college back in oh 2015, maybe a little bit before. Yo, this is holy crap. This is me looking for a job back in 2015, back in college. Spoke to on Friday. I went to TGI Fridays, spoke to the manager. I went to Zoomies, and then I went to Cold Stone. Y'all know I stay around food, but that's neither here nor there. So, we're gonna fix this binding on the sketchbook. That's the goal. So, this is an old sketchbook, has notes and all types of stuff. I remember this one. Oh, I remember this one. This is like how my owl, my leather brown owl is. So it's split with writing and drawing and all types of other stuff. But I'm like, I definitely take care of that leather better because it has a better cover. And that's what it comes down to. Like having a good cover for your sketchbook is. Let me show y'all why I decided that I just absolutely need a new sketchbook too. And Rashad, I love you, and you're the reason why I'm doing this. But he left his sketchbooks out too, and he is a master at creating anything art related. So he created these two, and he created them this week. Hey, Kels, welcome, and thank you. Thank you. Like seeing these two sketchbooks and then going back over here and seeing my sketchbook, I'm like, this shit is trash. Hey, CJ, welcome. Thank you. All right, now, y'all. The issue that I have with for every single live that I do is pretty much where I'm going to place my tablet because my tablet is my camera right now. So bear with me. I was hoping this would work. I might have to do it like I did the other live where it's sideways. But it's okay because it's crafting. Let's see. All right. Yeah, this is just going to be really awkward for me and hopefully not as awkward for you guys. But the easiest way that I'm going to do this, because this is going to be the easiest, is just fixing what this is. It's really nasty. I probably won't cut any of this off, but I'll just like peel that. Get that out of there. I wish I had some music for y'all, but I don't feel like fighting with YouTube every time I do a live to not have copyright music. At least not yet. So, what I want to do, I pulled out a couple of different materials, but I think I want to save those for creating the brand spanking new sketchbook. So, things like this bag material, it's pretty nice. And then, believe it or not, your girl even got one of them Dollar General bags. You know, the ones you can carry like 4 miles up the road without it breaking on you with 4 gallons of milk in it. Uh, I like the material because it doesn't break and it's waterproof. So I figured doing the new sketchbook with, you know, waterproof bag material on top of cardboard, or with this other, you know, not really waterproof, but the water's gonna run off of this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you, oh, thank God, some wet paint brushes. So, like, the water's gonna run off of that, if anything. It's not going to seep through the bag. Like, there's a certain lining with this material. So, it's a good material. It's like a tote bag, but not like a canvas tote bag. So, water will run off. You don't got to worry about sitting your sketchbook on the countertop. I hate messing up my sketchbooks because they're either on the countertop or, you know, I go to either our house or some cafe and I sit it down and somebody didn't clean the table before me. So we don't got to worry about that. We just bring some wet naps and and keep it pushing. All right. So I want to actually set this up so y'all can just watch me do the things. There we go. That work better for you guys? I just don't know if you'll be able to hear all my directions. That's why I wanted to put you where I need you. There we go. That'll work. Hey and welcome. And hopefully I'll get these done. I probably won't paint them tonight like I wanted to, because I was supposed to start streaming like hours ago, but life happened. So now we're here doing a late night stream. And so I really just want to get the covers done tonight. I'll either do it as a video or a second part of a live to paint them and make them really spooky, because I haven't done anything spooky this entire October. So, materials for our new sketchbook: loose leaf paper. I also wanted some graph paper because I love drawing detail and smooth lines and stuff. I even wanted to put like a little something something on the cover. And a shoestring because I don't use those shoestrings anymore. So. On top of that, we have a lot of cool wood in our backyard, like from the trees and stuff that we clip. So I wanted to take some of this material, like when you rip it. And this one's a little older, so I'll have to go back and unfortunately clip another limb off a tree. Forgive me. I still nurture them. I just clip the ones back that are closest to our gutters. But this material rips off when healthy, because this one's dry. When healthy, it rips off like rope. Y'all ever see, what is that movie? Oh, it was the Predator movie. It's the newest Predator movie that they brought out with, damn, y'all, I don't even remember the actress's name, but it was with the Native American tribe that like came out, and they were like, she was able to just rip the wood and pretty much string her bow up with it. And holy crap, as an archer, I loved every second of it. But at the same time, I thought, well, I probably won't string my own bow. It's already strung, so I don't have to worry about that. But I will go ahead and I want to, you know, try this material out on something. And the minute I saw these sketchbooks, I was like, I want to add this to my cover. Like, that's another waterproof type of thing. Like, put that here. I'm not finna. There's no. It stops the water. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's thick enough and durable enough to, even on the opposite side, that water's not gonna seep through. I'm probably all up in your face right here, but because I didn't see what this angle looks like. Can y'all see? Y'all good? Okay, cool. I mean, they look kind of crazy. All right, so that's for new. Ideally, this should only take 30 minutes if you're sitting down, not talking to a crowd, and you're just doing it yourself. It should take less than that if you have all your materials spread out and stuff. Make sure that if you're doing this, you have scissors. Don't be like me. Don't have a knife in your pocket. First off, that's dangerous. And then second off, you know, be careful with the knife because I'm almost certain I've cut my finger every single time I pulled this particular blade out. But it's really good. I used it to make my trading cards. All right. What you're gonna need, by the way, is some old boxes. We went to Michael's today. Also, be checking that Michael's app. They don't sponsor me to tell you this, but I enjoy shopping at Michael's because they had like these carts for like $29 today. And then they had the bigger carts where this box is for like maybe $39 to $40. That ain't bad. These deep anyway, they don't pay me again. So use the cardboard boxes that you get from everywhere. I am gonna grab scissors. All right. You can do this down to the perfection of the 8 inches that this is, or you can just, you know, go with God. As detailed as I like to be with my art, sometimes y'all, I don't be taking out the time to really get it down like Christmas gifts and stuff like that. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but that sounds crazy. It sounded like a dozen ghosts just rolled past my house. And I guarantee you it was probably just a Tesla or one of those hybrid vehicles that sound like, ooh. You know when they be sitting? Come on. There we go. There we go. All right, for this one, because we do have enough material for me to do 2 separate sketchbooks with just one big bag. So I'm going to open it up the smart way and cut it down the seam. That way I can maximize the amount of material that I have in front of me. Because mind you, these are bags that we use for customers. So if I'm going to not go through all of those bags and I just want to use one, I would go ahead and grab the biggest one and then use the material wisely. Come on now. I couldn't imagine doing this with just a knife. This was about to be a 5-hour stream, y'all, for real. I miss this. Oh, yeah, I miss this. I actually got to bring up chat on my phone so I can see if y'all are messaging. I'm sorry if I missed anything. I do apologize. And also, if I need to speak up, also just let me know. You know, no harm, no foul. I'm not one of those that, you know, take it to heart. Let me move this before y'all think I'm a lush. I've had this Avion tube since I worked at Outback Steakhouse. I collected a lot of bottles and stuff for art projects, and then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna use it. Yeah, I'm gonna use it for this. I've only used that to keep my camera propped up since 2020 when I first started YouTube. All right, bet. I had to bring up the stream so I can say hello to y'all. Hey, Monica, how are you? How is everybody, by the way? I know it's Saturday night, so I know y'all could be literally doing anything under the sun because it's a free day. but I know y'all are here. And that sounds like a cop out statement because I know every streamer uses it, but like legitimately, you are spending your time with me and I do not take that lightly. So I want to make sure that I teach you something within this time and not take up too much time talking. But let me know, how was your week? How are you doing? Are you well? Do you need to vent? Drop it in the comments. Hey, what's good? What's good, Tatum? What's good? All right, I got my chat here, so I will peek at it here and there. Thank y'all for rocking with me, for real, for real. It was such a long week that I wanted to go live yesterday, but I didn't have it in me, to be honest. I was over it. I was over hearing everybody's stuff, over doing all of the good vibe stuff and stuff like that. So I just needed a moment, off social media. We all do here and there. But tonight we are having fun and we gonna get this done. So I hope y'all got snacks and whatnot. I know it's a little silent, which is why I'm trying to fill the dead air with my voice. So look, right? You got half a bag's worth of material. If you take this, you put it right here, you can wrap this baby virtually twice. Look at that. Trash. No, I'm kidding. But this whole thing, this is all we need for the first sketchbook. If I wanted to use this material for the second one, we got two. All I'm saying is a tip. When you're using different materials and you don't want to use up all of one material for one project, one, don't be afraid to if it's a big project or if you need to go all out on it. Like if it's for a grant or for school or whatever, do it. You can always get more for the next project. But if you, and hold on a sec, if you don't go all out when you can and when it makes sense to, then that's when you miss out. If you don't go all out when you're supposed to, and you know you're supposed to, just try and do better. Just try and do better. All right, so I wanted to get a feel for how this was gonna wrap around, not that transition. I wanted to get a feel for how this was gonna wrap around the book because we don't need to wrap at the top, but we do need to wrap this side, and this side. So, I like that. That's good. This box is next. And the way that I want to do this, I want to keep one of these seams, like right here, that little corner, intact because it might be beneficial when I go across this corner. So, let's see. And to be honest, hold on a sec. I'm about to make more work for myself. I knew it. So remember what I said, work smarter, not harder. Use your materials wisely. So in this box, right? This whole book fits on this first tab. All I really have to do is cut that sucker like this. You feel me? You see what I'm putting down? I'll show you, give me a sec. And this is why I end up not measuring, because instead of measuring with the ruler, I'm literally putting the book exactly where I need it to be. And then I'm looking at how the material will wrap, how the material doesn't get wet, how the material does all these types of things. So know your material, know what you can and cannot do with those pieces. Oh, do I need another knife? A better knife. When scissors don't cut it, grab a knife, but be safe about it. Don't be like me, don't hold it in your pocket. Because that knife has been in my pocket for like 4 hours. Ultimately, as long as the insert is as long as this, we're good to go, because we already measured the tab. And you could just use both tabs, but because this is already gonna bend that sucker in. That's your new measurement right there. Just having this tab folded in. You know exactly where you need to cut, how far to cut, how loose to cut. Please don't cut yourself with your own blades. See why I like this blade? It's one of those pin blades for self-defense and safety, but it is the sharpest blade that I own, even past my swords. It's crazy. Come on now. Come on, Willis. This looks crazy. Oh yeah. So be careful too. There's a certain part of this box that has 2 folds on it. So this part of it is a little tougher to cut through. And broke my daggone knife. That's why I don't use this knife. Because it already is broke, but it can still work. Come on. Come on, come on. Whew. Alright. Alright. We're getting there. We're getting there. So now, find the seam. The seam is going to be the easiest way to not waste materials and to also get exact measurements without measuring. I'm not lazy, I'm just creative. Look at that, y'all. This whole box, all we did was cut that off. Now we got our cardboard. Now we got this. Whew. Whew. That sucker broke smooth out of here. It cracked the little holder. Got all this cardboard pieces flying. My incense done gone out, but all right. Stick that back in there. This joker went in between my nail one time. The last time I used it, when I was cutting the trading cards. If you haven't seen that video, it's available. Check it out at your own leisure. But when I was cutting them and I was like, that joker went, and I was like, ugh, ah, and I just, I said all the things. I shed a measly half a tear because I'm gangster. All right, here's where our precision comes down. I gotta bring that knife back out because that's gonna be our best bet for getting this down. And now you can see it. Oh, thank God. That is such a clear, I'm glad y'all can see this at the good angle that y'all can see it. So you can leave this how it is, where it's, not exactly like this, but where it's overlapping the book, where it doesn't just cut off right where the book is, and it actually sits in the middle and has more. That's if you want to. I think that's a weird look for a smaller book, but it also guarantees that you kind of keep it in a binder type of situation where it's 100% covered. But because we're also going to be covering it with this material, we're good to go. Whee! So we are going to, and because we match the measurements for our fabric, which you probably shouldn't cut fabric first, but hey, that's neither here nor there. Creative, not lazy. So because we already did the line work for this particular size, we're gonna keep it to that. And then for this, I wanna get a good old, like I don't have markers here. Come on now. Yeah. I know y'all saw the table and you see how many projects I had rolled out. I'm like, we gonna do something today. I don't care what it is. We gonna do something. All right. Yeah. Yep. Yippers. Okay, that's where I need to fold. This pen is dying too, so there it is. Sharpie! You can never go wrong with a marker. Now, granted, I'm okay if these little job listings get a little marker on them, so I'm not really pressed. But if you are marking this the way that I am, just steady hands, be careful. Because you might get some ink on your pages. There we go. On this side. Is that the pencil case of trash? Why is this one dead too? Alright. But y'all see, I've marked the where the border is gonna sit in there, at least for this side, because this side we kind of have an easier cutout here. I'm more so worried about this, and I gotta fold it around the book so we can get the measurement exactly how we need it. So I just wanted to do that real quick so I can, get that exact fold in there. Do. Simply tidy. They don't pay me neither, but I love compartmentalizing. Y'all know I be having fun with whatever I do, whatever videos are going on, whether it's 2 of us in chat, 5 of us, 10 of us, or none of us. Oh my, none of us, if it's just me. But yeah, I do my best to just have fun with life, because you're here to entertain yourself at the end of the day and to help others. Oh, that's how thin the book is. So we get that. We got that. We got that. Look at that. I don't think water's getting through that. I mean, it will get through the cardboard, which is why we're doing the material over top. But for the other book, and the other one's going to be easier now that I'm thinking about it, because it's easy to bind it. It's easy to put the pages in whatever order that you're trying to get them in. Like for this one in particular, I'm going to bind it with a shoestring. I'm going to add the little medallion to the front. And then I'm only using blank printer paper, as well as graph paper. I'm not going to do this page, this page, this page, this page. It's going to be graph paper, then straight up blank sheets of paper. I was going to use the tracing paper, but I don't got to. I think for the book that I'm going to take longer than 30 minutes to really sit there and make sure it's golden, that's the one that I'm going to do all the extra steps to. But for tonight, I'm trying my best to keep my promise, and I know we're already close. If not already past with all these shenanigans. But I want to take my dry marker, put those back on here. Whee! I'm left-handed, don't talk about me. I just need to mark this real quick. And to be honest, does it fit right there? It kind of does. Thank God this is dry. Yeah, actually that fold works best. So I'm just gonna go with the fold. Go with the fold like it's the flow. And you'll have it right. Alright, but I do need another marker so I can get this outer spot. I'm kind of glad this flipped open because I've been doing a lot of color work for you guys. And one by one, they'll just be popping up. So keep notifications on. If you need some positivity, you about to get a lot of it this week. But this sketch was back in 2014. I plan on coloring it sometime this month, but it is already on the tablet, ready to go. I just decided to do another one first, and that should get posted tomorrow. I was about to say, is this one dead too? It's pretty much dead. It's dead. Dead as a doorknob. I gotta do better. But to be honest, most of these markers are also from college. I think the last handful of markers that I purchased were all acrylic markers and acrylic pens for the trays, for the metal trays that I did. So I haven't purchased new materials since I went to college. Oh, that's crazy. That's insane to me. Because I've been putting most of my money into, life in life. But also my technology. Trying to stay ahead of my storage and trying to make sure my other files are safe and stuff like that. That's your outline. Did you see how I did that? What do we do first? We lined it first so we can do the bridge of the book, the spine of the book. Outlined it there, laid it right there, outlined it around, closed it so that way it's closely accurate. If it slips or falls, just remember that's why we did the spine first. The spine is your middle point. So just put it right back on that spine area. Fold it right there. Boom. Perfect measurements. Now, I don't know why I bothered to bring out a ruler if I wasn't going to use it to measure, but I may have to use it to cut. No, because we're doing this the speedy way. Creative, not lazy. I'm gonna do us a favor. Remember that part that I couldn't cut through that was taking forever? It's right here. So just be careful for that because, your blades can slip. Don't underestimate them. All blades are sharper than you really want them to be if they're touching your skin. I know. We have a billion scissors in this house, but these are the only ones that I could really find. So these be the ones that we're working with. There we go. And this is something that, I'm doing it more so because I wanted to have fun with some of the content that I made. I didn't want to just regurgitate a bunch of BS and stuff because I feel like all creators fall into that. Sooner or later, they fall into the, dang, I don't love this anymore. And that's what it was starting to be. And I know y'all can tell, and I can tell. And it's time to pivot. That's it. Anytime life feels a little like, ugh, why does this feel this way? Pivot. You don't got to change everything you're doing. Just change the part that doesn't feel comfortable to who you're trying to be. That's anybody at any age. Hell, I'm still giving advice to 60-year-olds. So I lived 60 years of my life yet, but what you learn is what you learn. And learning is valuable. So never stop. That's my last TED Talk statement until we start closing out the video, I promise. I'll do my best. Yeah. Whew. And thank you guys, because I did see when I was looking at the chat, I saw a lot of you engaging. And I also saw that we got 2 new subscribers. So I wish I knew their exact names. I know. Kelsey, thank you, because I did see that you were one of the subscribers. The other person that subscribed, thank you as well. I try my best. I can't say I don't really. I try my best not to just get caught up with the numbers and stuff. But we've been at 69, 70 back and forth for the last 2 to 3 months, I want to say. And to be honest, I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I think this year we've already doubled what we started with. So, you know, that's a win in my book. But the more people I can give advice to and help, the better. So I'm really glad that you guys decided to subscribe to the channel and that you find value in what I'm doing here. Contrary to me struggling through this. We all struggle. But when we go through it, we go through and get that done. Alright. Alright. It's late, y'all. It's 8:30. I don't need to be hyping y'all up unless y'all. Whew, look at that. Look at that. Unless y'all out and about anyway or about to go out and about. It's none of my business, but I hope you be safe and you enjoy yourself. Now, the greatest thing about this is the fact that we can cut it now. Cut it down to how we want the book and stuff like that. I want to lay the material on first, and just before we seal the material on the inside of this, then we're going to cut these parts down to be honest, we don't really have to. Like, you see how close that is? Close to the outline? Because think about it with the outline. So it's like just past my fingernail. So that's perfect for a cover because it's supposed to cover it. Otherwise, you peeking out like this. That is not like, hi. That looks crazy. I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to be watching me. I'm supposed to be showing you. All right, let's do this. So it might not work this way, or will it? Y'all see what I be talking about? All right. You see how I don't have to do too much work? I just creative, not lazy. I'm just saying. It works. If it works, it works, it works. Now, we don't have to wrap it all the way down like a Christmas gift. It makes it easy for you if you do, but just remember that if we do, creative, not lazy. Hold on a second. But if we do, you're gonna, you might run into a little bit of issue with the overlap right here. Other than that, I can't really see why we shouldn't do this way. It might just... I swear, y'all gonna be like, no, this is lazy. This is lazy. I am gonna get rid of this handle. I'm gonna do something real cute. We don't even need to be this cute with this, because again, small steps, easy steps. Doesn't have to be a perfect cut, because at the end of the day, as long as you can fold it inward and seal it, then the little extra ridges, the way they look. Why is this turning while I'm trying to cut it? Get it together, bag. Half a bag. You're half the bag that you used to be. Come on now. Get it together. There we go. There we go. Some of y'all already see what I'm about to do with this, and I ain't bougie, but but we about to look it on this old sketchbook that I don't even draw in anymore. But I want the pages to stay intact because I keep every single sketchbook that I have ever drawn in outside of the ones that I lost in the move. Other than that, I have a huge like treasure chest trunk full of that on one half and Shonen Jump magazines on the opposite half. My bad. But yeah, I like this and I see which way we going with it. And to be quite frank, I just need to make sure that this centerpiece doesn't get in the way of the binding of the book. So I do want the cardboard itself to be glued to this because this material glued to paper is going to easily come off. So that's what I want you guys to note about knowing your materials. Know which ones are going to stick to what, especially if you're just using like regular glue gun or whatnot. Oh, this baby done saved so many cosplays and so many costumes and so many projects. Ugh, when I tell you, a glue gun is your best friend for small crafts and just, some of the big ones too, for the fun ones. But knowing that, and I kind of don't want to glue this yet, but knowing that this is going to stick better to the cardboard because the paper on paper contact is going to pretty much do the same thing that this adhesive did before it ripped off. I don't want the bag to cover that middle section. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna lazy measure, creatively measure. I think I do like this top part that just can fold inward. All right. Ooh, so now I'm thinking if I would have used the medium bag, these corners would have matched perfectly up for this medium-sized sketchbook. But it's okay because we know what we're doing. We know, so we grow. I just want to pull it as tight as possible to know how much excess I have to cut. Cut it from the dust in it. All right, there's that. There's this. That's where we're at. Hold that. Y'all can tell when it comes down to Christmas gifts and just gift wrapping anyway. I keep saying Christmas because we haven't gone past Halloween, and every store that I walked into today had Christmas galore. And I feel like Christmas should not come after the 4th of July. Give me some time to breathe, please. Juneteenth, then August 5th, then Halloween. Y'all know what to do. Y'all know what to do. Let me stop. All right. So, if that is going to fit there, I want to glue this down first. One side, then spine, then other side. I lied. One side, other side, then spine. The reverse of what we did to get these measurements. So, first off, all that yapping about this glue gun, and I unplugged that up. So, let me move that. Oh, I love a good power strip. Strip it. Some old glue stuck in there. Glue sticks. Glue sticks for glue tricks. Whew. Tee hee hee hee. I don't know who it is. It's my baby. Live, just so you know. It's Streamcat. Come on. You got it? Okay. What? Come on, cardboard. I swear I have to rig everything up when I'm when I do a live. Everything's got to be rigged. I need a sandbag for that light. I need a ruler for this, and I need a box for that. But it works. Hey, what did we just say? Not lazy, just creative. So this is heating up. I should have heated it up while I was doing all my little spiel. But y'all pretty much see the idea of what it takes to make like really dope covers the same way Rashad made his. And I low key wanted to get him on this, but I'm letting him rest. His creative brain needs rest. So I won't drag him onto the camera yet, but one day we gonna get him. We gonna get him. I got all this cardboard on me. Whee! Okay, it's starting. It's starting to get there. Bye, Streamcat. Streamcat doesn't say much, but she's always watching. So thank you, Streamcat. Let's see. Well, while this is heating up, I do also want to get the materials for this. We about to do a double trouble. Oh, not me throwing. That's disrespectful. Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. Oh, my butt. I sit on my laptop. All right, so while that glue stick, yes, but no. While this glue gun glue stick contraption is heating up, not contraption. What am I? I'm going to take, and this is a regular like notepad of graph paper. Originally, I got it for typography, started using it for my Japanese studies so I can write and learn how to write hiragana and katakana. And now I do all of that stuff on my tablet because, you know, Duolingo and all that jazz. But I still like drawing with graph paper. It helps me map out my stories, which we will be getting back to. I said that a while ago, but y'all know I'm stepping into my auntie 30s era. Clearly not there yet, but working on it. I am at the point where I'm not about to spread myself thin, and like this glue belt's a spread. I see you coming out the gun now. Let's go. And I'm not about to do a bunch of projects and stuff like that that I don't really want to do. So if you guys have requests, depending on how big of a project it will be for me, I don't mind doing it. Like if somebody had requested this, just out of curiosity, do you know how to build a sketchbook? I know a lot of random things. Ask me. Drop it in the comments. I will gladly answer. Or you might just see me do it. Like I did a ASMR boxing because I think somebody needed this could just be me being naive, and I'll accept that as is because I was early on YouTube. But I did a requested video. It was a short, but it was my boxing sounds. So it was, you know, me just doing my regular combos and stuff. Is on the channel. But somebody had requested that, and you know, doing fitness and art at the same time, I was like, yeah, why not? I'm gonna be doing it anyway. But now that we've moved more so to just projects and learning different techniques and, you know, having fun with it, y'all should know your girl just be having fun. I'm gonna just be throwing up videos. I'm not really an episodic channel as much as, you know, the tea time videos were for a minute. I don't really need that. If y'all need it, that's fine. But, you know, I don't I don't need to do 5 episodes of me doing the same thing over and over again for y'all to enjoy what I do. At least I hope not. You if you need to see something, like, can she draw da da da? Yes, I can. I don't even know what it is yet, but yeah, I can. And that's what our live art nights used to be, just straight up me drawing. So I figured do something with my hands, something that I really want to do, something I enjoy doing, as well. Come on, scissors. I might have to break this in half. So the thing that I'm doing right now, this is for the sketchbook where it's just straight up from scratch. Blank sheets of paper, graph paper, but when you're folding it in half, like, look at that. Don't they look perfectly down the middle? These edges should line up to an extent. This is also a homemade sketchbook, so don't try and be perfect. You don't have to be. Yeah, I know, it's for you. You should treat yourself. You should have all the great things that you want. But at the same time, you're going to stress yourself out trying to be extra, extra perfect. Don't worry about it. If it's not all the way to your liking, I'll give you a suggestion. Split your stack in half, refold it, see how much it is off, and then try and get that new crease going for you. There you go. New crease. New problems. No, I'm kidding. Actually, yes. New crease, new problems. The grass is not greener. It's not greener. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I'm not gonna be picky about it. This is as close to perfect as we're gonna get for this particular one. And y'all know I didn't have the right scissors to cut through this in the first place. We just cut through cardboard with this. And paper adds up with the thickness. Get down with the sickness. Don't worry about it. I will say, I shouldn't have been playing around because I just messed up, and I'll tell you all why. Remember that this is going to be a sketchbook that I take out into the world. So, like, I take my tablet everywhere. I do. It's sick. I'm sick of it. I don't need the technology in my face 24/7. But this is why I shouldn't have been playing around, because now I messed up the edges. So now I actually have to care. I have to care just a little bit by trimming that extra excess of a mess off the edge. I'm sorry, you can't see that, but I'm just trimming it. Trimming. And that's fine. That's good enough. That is a lot. We about to have a nice little sketchbook. Two of these stacks. These are all the parts that I would speed up had I been doing this on a video, but you know, sit back, relax, and tune in. But yeah, I really just wanted to do something tonight that wasn't just me sketching. And I think that's why I was like, you know what? We going live. Why the heck not? Because it was either live for this, or I was going to let y'all know I would be live on Twitch playing either Far Cry Primal or something else. As we get into the snowy days, where your girl just want to stream with the robe on and I'm just chilling, we gonna get into the world of Keflings. If you don't know, golly, it's such a relaxing, cute game. I love it. I love it. Oh. You get a chance to build your own houses. It's like The Sims, but having... It's like The Sims in a sense where you build the houses from scratch, but it's also like Minecraft. It's kind of weird. It's hard to describe. Like it's in that realm of building a society or building a world with characters. I can't even say it's like The Sims because you don't build those characters. The Keflings are people that just need a new home because a dragon came and destroyed it. And anything after that, because the storyline changes after each mission, pretty much, or at least it feels like it. Oh yeah, pages. Okay, you're hot. You're hot. You gonna burn my fingertips? You sure are. All right. The Keflins, they help you build things, collect resources, and put those resources into different workshops. And then you slap them on the butt to upgrade them. It's a really weird game, but it's also really cute and adorable, I guess. I don't know why you gotta slap somebody on the butt to take them from level 1 to level 2, but they work hard for you. Like cells at work. There you go. It feels very much so like cells at work a little bit. Everybody's always moving. Unless you stop moving your character, then everybody else will stop moving as well. And it's like, Just because I put the controller down doesn't mean you don't carry the logs of wood to the to the forge. So we have fire. It's like one of those types of games. So it's really fun. But I'm gonna bring that out closer to Thanksgiving because I feel like it's a homey type game where you can just relax and unwind. But that'll be on Twitch. I'm leaving all my gaming to Twitch because I can use it. I can use my Xbox for it. Hey, come on. Look, y'all. The sketchbook gonna have graph paper in the front and regular sketch paper right after. What I would have done with the tracing paper is layered the tracing paper every other, but yeah, every other, mixing it with the graph paper as well as the blank paper. So you can get as extremely detailed with these pages as you want, or you can be like me and be creative and not lazy. All right, so this is done pretty much. I do need to, golly, I'm gonna have to do the binding for it, which is the shoestring somewhere. Oh. I lied. 30 minutes. 30 minutes been out of here. But you know what? We're doing decent. It's not 9:51. All right. Switching back to the book that's already pre-made, but it needs a new binding. And that is because we were going to do this part first. So I am gonna take this corner, move that over so y'all can kind of see it. The corner of the bag, and I'm gonna wedge my little joker up in there. Because I wanna see, I don't wanna pull it taut on both sides just yet. I wanna get it in there on one side, get this side down first. Like I said before, both sides first, then the binding. So let's take this, go underneath that flap. I just want to make sure y'all can see it. You won't see past this, but I can see, I can sing, I can sing. I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing is watching some. Oh, this is why I can't be playing around. Watch my fingertips. Watch some American Dad later on. when I was in Minneapolis a couple of weeks back, I don't know what it was like. The only thing that I could get on the hotel TV outside of sports that I wasn't really checking for. Oh, no harm, no foul. Sorry, Doogie. My dog. She's sleeping. She gonna wake up and be like, go to sleep. You're being too loud. All right. Boom. That's half of it right there. So, the only thing that I could see on the TV, right, was freaking American Dad and what's the other one? South Park. And I'm like, well, I guess we're watching both of these. Like, I'm not opposed to it. I was just, curious. I just didn't want to watch any more Teen Titans Go or something, whatever else was on Cartoon Network or news. Because, hotel rooms don't really have a lot of options there. All right, so now that is slightly forced down, but not really reinforced, I will reinforce it in a second, but I do want to pull this, not overly pull it to where it pops off one side, but I want to pull it to where it's taut. And I want to see how far I need to bring it over before I lay down my glue. So, and the reason I did it that way, I know we already did this, but see how it shifted before, but right now it doesn't shift? It's because it's already glued down. Hot glue gun works very fast and effectively. So now we can go ahead, hit that. Ooh-wee. And all you need is a little rectangle with a little squiggly on the inside. You know what I'm saying? This is why I'm not a teacher. I can teach, but I am not a, Board of Educations and all that teacher. There we go. So, y'all see what I'm going with? Back in the day, we used to buy book covers all the time for school, and I don't know why. Like, to be different, I guess. I don't know. It really doesn't do anything for you. They really barely kept the books clean, so I don't know why we used to buy them. I think it would have been more fun had our teacher at the time, or, well, I guess not. It wasn't just an art thing, but I had to think about it. It wasn't just for art. You mostly did that for like social studies and stuff like that. I think it was just really stupid that was always on the buy list. Buy a book cover instead of make one. Now, let's try this before I say anything, and then let's dive into it. You're going to match up your cuts for the spine with the spine. It's as simple as that. Don't overthink. Just do. That's what art is about. The doing aspect of it. I'm going to cut it just short of the book bottom itself. Do the same on the top. Because remember, we need that book. It already has glue on the binding, on the old binding, right? So we don't need to recreate the binding for this one. We're just recreating a cover for it. However, if we have these little straps here, and then we go and we glue that down, now these obstruct the support that the cardboard is going to give the back of this book. So what we really want is to have the insert of that book covered. Now, if you're like me and this is fine, no complaints, no regrets. But if you want it to be 100% wrapped as closely as possible to those pages, then that's when you're going to not, well, you can still cut the bag halfway the same way that I did, but I would have positioned it a little bit different to where it wraps further in. That all should be done before you slice that bag in half. And maybe I'll make a note of that for post, but maybe I won't. So, what I do like about this material too, I could very well rip this. I don't want to, but I could. See how that immediately folds at the bottom? That's what we're gonna do. We're going to put it on the flap that we're folding and not on the other one. Boop. Do do do. Do do. I've burned my fingers so much, I just anticipate the heat. I'm like, yep, there it is. Get off. It's a normal thing. If you're really good at wrapping any type of gift, you will be excellent. Oop, did I? You will be excellent at wrapping a book because it's the same logic, just whatever material you want outside of wrapping. Do the same thing on the opposite side. So see, it's all coming together. The hardest thing is knowing what materials you want and understanding how it works on top of, as far as fixing a sketchbook goes, is knowing the materials that you want to replace and also what those materials can and can't provide. So like, remember, I really want to make sure, because I take this everywhere in public and even just at home, from the kitchen to hanging out with my dog, I want to make sure that not me just letting it go. I want to make sure that it does not, I gotta load that up with another glue gun for the second book. Glue stick. I want to make sure that it doesn't get wet. So inside of it, should be clear and good to go. Where's my scissors? Wasn't I just being safe with scissors? Am I sitting on them? They're over here. Oy. Got glue on me. There we go. So I'm gonna cut this little tail part off now that we've gotten to the bottom. And remember how I didn't cut all the way to the edge? It's because I do want, while I don't care about, about these parts, the little open brown parts, those parts are okay to me. Like, the inside of the cover doesn't have to be 100% wrapped for me. Again, that's personal preference. Get over here. This is the problem. I'm left-handed, but scissors, I'm right-handed. So make sure, there you go. Concept of a book cover. Cut it to where it's not past it up here, but it's just on the inside of it. So that way, this whole edge, if that dips in water, the bottom of your book isn't soggy and starting to fall apart from one weak point. Now, we got a little bit of excess at the top. No, we don't. Creative, not lazy. Remember that. I was gonna say, we left a little more than we needed to, but we really didn't. I'm gonna cut this a little bit higher, just by a smidge. so that's that. Something is tickling my nose. I don't know if it's like the dust from the sticks. I mean, there is hella dust on that wood that I showed y'all earlier. It's been sitting in the basement for a couple of yep, good right there. For a couple of months. Since June? Maybe July. I think it was July. That's neither here nor there. Bottom line is, we have material for our new book to have a wooden outside. I am gonna do that, but I'm gonna save that part for a short or something. I don't know. I'll show y'all how I do that. But I know that wood right there, it's gonna take hours to cut it. And so I'm not gonna do that for tonight's cover. I'm gonna do another one of these. But I will do a cover where it is not bark. Well, I guess that's still bark. Just softwood bark. I was watching As Dusk Falls the other day. They made that joke. Line it up, cut it up. It's got to look as pretty as you want it to look. And for me, as long as it works, I ain't complaining. What's great about using trash, easy cleanup. Minus me having to sweep some of this cardboard up, toss that puppy right in there. Don't be that person that leaves your mess for the next artist, the next person in your house to come over and clean it up. Alright, see that? So now it's time to fold that puppy in. And we're almost done this one. I'm sorry that it took so long now. No. Your girl got skills. Your girl got skills. Oh, I see what bit me in the booty. Again, I wrap gifts. This ain't no thing. Clean that up with an extra fold right there and don't worry about it. But it works. Alright, there we go. Time to swap out our glue stick. Somebody's gonna have nightmares about the way that I use a whole glue stick for not a full wrap, but it's okay. It's spooky season. Enjoy that. That's for you. What did I just say? Clean up after yourself. Don't be like me. As soon as this live goes off, cleaning up. Where's my next stick? Stick it, wig it. There you go. If you're like me and you're patient, but you still get a little impatient, you can always force that puppy through gently so you don't break your gun as well. But also, okay, bet. Just a little rip. And right here, I'm gonna cut this a little further down. I like having more material than I can use. I think that's such an American thing. An American thing. More than what you need. Let me stop. It definitely works though when you have more material to use than you need. There we go. All right. And I just pushed it slightly gently because I know it would take forever to heat up that second stick. So, not really forever, not as long. It's already hot, but it still takes time. And I know y'all's gotta go to bed at some point. After this, I'm going upstairs. I'm gonna either watch a horror movie or play I don't have any horror games, so play a regular game. Whee! Don't be like me. Don't play with scissors. unless you're Edward Scissorhands specifically. Beautiful, beautiful. So on the inside, I know y'all, this don't matter. As long as it stays kaput like this part, you can actually cut that if you wanted to. Do I want to cut that? We don't have to cut that. It just works for an extra layer. You could cut that if you want to, but I'm going to glue it down. I'm going to get that bubble out of there. So, yeah, just iron it out. It's a little warm there. Yep. Yepers. I think my dog just woke up. I'm like, what the fuck is that? So that's that. That's that. Whee! Also, I am working on getting another camera, you guys. I just need to figure out what the right camera is going to be. Good quality. Not trying to spend like $1,000 because I just, quite frankly, don't have that at this time. I will. But, you know, everything's a process. So, everything down from the fold that we originally created down to that last little piece of glue that I just put there for this fold is a process. And that's that middle section. So I don't mind these because they're so far on the edge that at that point it's just extra protection, like I said before, so the bottom framework doesn't get, you know, dastardly pulled away. But this is your outside. And thank God we have these paint brushes here so I can show you that water is not getting through. I could wet it as much as I want, and that water is gonna roll the heck off my sketchbook every single time. So, not on the inside. Cardboard, waterproof bag. It's a tote bag. I got water right there. Imagine bringing my sketchbook to the kitchen. Da, 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 da. Oh, what are we eating today? Oh, I think I'm gonna eat. Oh, it's fine. And this is one of the sketchbooks that I don't even use anymore. I just want to keep it intact for all the work that I did put into it back in 2014 and 2015. I don't remember exactly like what classes I was going through, but I think that was my portfolio year in college. Like, not portfolio year, but portfolio for the semester. Oop, your girl done. Hey, it is what it is. We're in there now. There's no going back. There's no going back. No, I think I got it. I think I got it. This top part looked a little... The best thing about glue, if you do mess up, you just fix that puppy. You just go ahead and line that. Line these streets with some glue. Just line these streets with some hot glue. Hot glue, hot damn. We got ourselves a sketchbook cover. It's very important that you guys know how to do this because Lord knows, if you ever had to fashion your own sketchbook, you could. You could. And that's how you do it. Now, granted, I'm not selling these, so these imperfections, I could care less. As long as it works I'm good to go. So we gonna leave this one. Success race, dubs in chat. We won. I think I would have cut that a little bit more had I known it was gonna be like that. But that's only if I'm reselling it. Again, I just wanted the protection for my sketchbook. So now I can open that up and be like that. It's still drying though, so I'm gonna be mindful. I'm gonna hit it at the top and at the bottom. Maybe not the bottom. The bottom looks fine. But you see that top area? It looks a little like it could use a little. There you go. Fixed, mended, and resecured. This sketchbook hasn't had a front to it in so long. The last thing that I will say, now while the binding is in there pretty much, it's locked into place the way we want. For the book to stay closed the way we want, I would normally take like a medicine ball. I know this sounds crazy. A medicine ball, maybe not a full weight or something, like something heavy enough. That's not heavy enough. I actually don't have any. Like my laptop. I'd take my laptop, sit it right on it, just like that. The laptop is gonna keep it in place, keep it there for, I want to say 10 to 15 minutes, just to give it time to settle. If you do have to apply a little bit more glue, you know, it just depends on where you hit your spots. Make sure the whole perimeter of that spine is covered. So even after you seal it directly down, seal the perimeter as well. Not to where the pages don't open all the way, but if they don't, you know, that's fine too. Just be mindful when you open it up that you're not gonna open it up, because then it'll come out and pop off. So there's that. Ooh-wee. Do I wanna bind this tonight? I will though. Let's see how quickly we can bind this and shit. Let me see. I know. I don't know who's still watching, but thank y'all for coming through for real, for real. How long we been gone? 82 minutes. Okay, that's not terrible. It's not horrible. So we're pretty much going to do roughly the same thing. The only thing that you guys will miss if you don't stick with me through this next part is me making the holes in the paper and then binding it. So this is a shoestring that I got from my high tops. I clearly can't wear these anymore for black and white because it's so dirty. It's got paint on it now and everything. So I pretty much was just like, you know what? These shoestrings still work though. They still string a shoe. So they can string a book. So I would say the hardest thing for this part is matching up where your holes are going to be straight through from one side to the other side. If you're working with a hole punch, easy peasy, you're good to go. We have hole punches, but we only have the singular hole punch, so you know, and it's way up in the studio. So I will not be running up there to get that, but I'm gonna do my best to take this knife, this extra sharp knife, safely and securely, and poke some holes into this. And then as far as the cover goes, it's the same concept that we just did. So the only thing is I'm going to get my stack of paper as closely together as possible. I would say I would say make sure that the outer part of the pages line up more so No, that's a lie. That's a lie. If I had cleanly cut this, I would say match the pages, period. But I didn't, so I had to, get it as closely as possible and break it into fours a little bit. So, please, oh God Almighty, don't send me to the hospital tonight. I don't wanna go, I'm just playing with my knife. It's gonna come back out. It surely did. Oh, fuck. I did it. I did it. I stabbed myself. Adrenaline? It's not too bad. Definitely went deep, but not deep enough to where I'm going to the hospital. There's no blood on the tip. Flag on the play, pause, pause, pause. Your girl got a boo boo, and I don't want to put blood on this sketchbook. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna cut this, bind it, and then do the. Oh shit. I'm so sorry. What did I just say? I didn't want to do this. All right, well, it's bleeding a lot more than I thought it would be. I apologize, y'all. What I will do, I'm going to wrap this up for tonight, wrap my thumb up for tonight. The pain hasn't set in. I'm just watching it bleed. It's bleeding. Okay. Thank y'all for tuning in. I apologize that I was reckless because, again, don't play with sharp things. And I know I'm smiling right now, but that's just because I always smile. So, thank y'all. Thank you for tuning in. My thumb, I gotta wrap it. I gotta take care of it. I did not do this on purpose. This shit hurts. It's actually starting to hurt now. So, I love y'all. Be well, be you, be true. And there is an art to everything that you do. Go out there and do your best. It's starting to hurt. I don't want any shots. Go out there, be your best, and do your best. And I'll see you. I'll post tomorrow and post more this week and get this blood up off my new sketchbook because we just started making this baby. We just started making this. All right. Well, I'm glad I'm left-handed. I love y'all. I'll see you soon. I gotta go clean this up and make sure it doesn't drip any further. I'm okay, guys. I'm okay. It just hurts. It stings.